Good evening, it's Quant Trade Edge, and Merry Christmas. I was just looking at a couple of things tonight and expecting a slow week, so I don't want to get, do too much in there. But Crude is setting up a lot like the time when the S&P had set up, and when the S&P had gone below PDL, I'd mentioned that this was going to turn around and become an outside up day. And I'll show you the same reasoning here and why it's setting up on crude. On crude oil, this is a daily chart. We have this one leg up, we have a leg down, and then we turned up again, but this leg did not even get close to that last leg. You typically get a C leg above that leg. There are times when it may stop short, but it would stop barely short. It wouldn't stop this short. So one of two things is going to happen. Either we don't take out this low, which we haven't so far, and we just go up and take out that high, or at least get close to that high. Or if we do take out that low, I would expect the day to turn into an outside up day so that we maintain the same Gann count. So again, on the Gann count, up, 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 up. So this whole leg is up. This one bar is down. And then we started an up leg again. So if we were to go down and not have an outside up day, we would already change the Gann count. We'd go from up, and we'd have a down again, which just to me looks a little strange. We need to go and get closer to this 75.37, ideally take it out. If you remember on the S&P 500 when this happened, let me see if I can find it. EPZ 23, it would have been on the Z contract. When would it have happened? It would have happened in early October. I can't seem to find it. But I'll link the video in here. The video where I pointed it out as it was happening, and then you can find out where that was. The other things I'm watching are the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar. So both of them are in an extended run. An extended run is when you get 7 or more closes on the same side of the 5-period simple moving average. And we have that right now. This was the 7th bar, 8th bar, today's the 9th bar in both of them. But what's interesting to note here is from the start of this rally, this was all a hoagie in here. So we don't count these bars here. But basically every bar then has had a higher low. So the first time we get a lower low, I don't expect there to be much follow through, and we would get a second leg. And the same pattern is there on the Canadian dollar, where starting from here, from this low, we've had exactly higher lows on every single bar. So again, when we get the first bar that isn't a higher low, I don't expect a lot of follow through. I would expect either it just tests and comes back up, or even if it has a bar or two below, it doesn't go very deep, and then we get a second leg to the upside. So right now, there's different ways you can play it. You could just jump on board, or one of the things I like doing is fishing a bid at roughly the average of the last 3 days' lows. And that way, if we get that dip, it will buy, get you into the position at a spot when it's unlikely to pull back a lot more. But the risk of that, of course, is that you just don't get into the position. So that's fine with me. I don't have to be in a position, but if I do get into one, I want to be in an advantageous position. So that's the main things I'm looking at right now. With gold, we have this ABC. If this low were to get taken out, that would be a bearish setup, a good setup for the 4x trade. but I don't perceive that happening, mainly because this looks like a consolidation zone that just broke to the upside. So, remains to be seen. It is still a, holiday shortened week, so anything can happen. But anyway, take this time off to rest and recover. And, trading is a very psychological endeavor, and you have to really preserve your psychological capital. So don't waste it putzing around in markets that aren't moving very much, that are likely to just frustrate you, when you can take those days off to recharge and come back strong in January. Merry Christmas, everyone.